Indigo Sky Casino and Resort proudly unveils Shawano Steak and Spirits, a stunning new dining destination. Experience succulent, masterfully prepared steaks, chef-crafted signature entrees, and an extraordinary collection of exclusive high-end wines and spirits, each chosen to elevate every moment. Indulge in decadent appetizers, luxurious desserts, and an ambiance designed for those who expect nothing but the very best. Shawano Steak and Spirits. Timeless flavor meets contemporary style. Only at Indigo Sky Casino.
Turn back time in just minutes. Beautiful You Med Spa offers expert fillers and injectables to give you that radiant, youthful look. Schedule now. Beautiful You. Visit us online, stop by, or give us a call.
Here at Papo's, we keep it real, we keep it fresh.
Fresh ingredients ensures every bite is packed with flavor. Visit Papo's Pizzeria and Pub, where every visit is a celebration of great food, great beer, and great company.
All across the Ozarks, there are people making sacrifices to help our community. We're honoring these amazing people with a free breakfast, Thursdays on Ozarks First. Serving the Ozarks.
In this job, you take your eye off it for 1 second. People can die. You did a great thing today. It's all because of you.
Chicago Fire, next Friday at 8/7 Central on My Network TV.
Straight ahead here on your News at 9, a man from Springfield killed during an overnight shooting. Those who knew him best are reacting to that sudden loss. And you're going to want to bundle up this weekend. Matt lets us know just how low the temperature is about to drop. And then later.
You never appreciate keeping the wolf or the bear from your door until they're knocking on it.
Well, the tug of war continuing over Greenland. Why President Trump is threatening to slap some tariffs on other countries as the U.S. pushes for control over that Danish territory. Your News at 9 starts right now.
This is Ozarks First News at 9.
Springfield. Great to see you here tonight for your News at 9. I'm Mike Landis. Police say Brandon Watt was gunned down near Elm and Kimbrough overnight. Aaron and Rachel York with Donco 3 Construction were getting ready for work when they learned the news. Watt had joined their company in the past year, working his way up the ladder. The two tell us he was a hard worker with a newfound Christian faith and calls what happened here nothing short of a tragedy.
I never worked with Brandon Watt a day that I didn't see a young man full of joy, eager to learn, ready to work, and just have a contagious smile.
And Tommy said all he can say is that he was always respectful, kind to everyone, eager to learn, and loved his son. He worked hard to provide for his family. His laugh was contagious, and he's going to be greatly missed.
I mean, it's heart-wrenching through the whole company is mourning his loss today.
Springfield police tell Ozarks First that a man has been arrested, but at this time no formal charges have been made. A judge in Taney County declaring a mistrial in a double homicide case in Branson. Now, this move is coming after the jury said it was hopelessly deadlocked. The defendant, Miguel Melendez-Torres, is accused of killing 2 restaurant workers behind Famous Dave's back in 2021. Well, tonight, a local attorney is breaking down what a deadlocked jury means and what comes next. Ozarks First, Doreen Obaya, joining us with that story tonight. Doreen?
That's right, Mike. So a judge declared a mistrial on Thursday after jurors said they could not reach a unanimous verdict. The local criminal defense lawyer says the law is clear and explains why the judge had no other option.
In order for somebody to be either convicted of an offense or even found not guilty of an offense, acquitted, the jury has to be unanimous. It has to be 12-0 either way. And if they're hopelessly deadlocked, as they determined they were here, then the judge has no choice but to declare a mistrial at that point.
The 4-day trial and the Thursday night after jurors told the court they could not agree on a verdict. Melendez-Torres is accused of shooting and killing Crystal Bull and Richard McMahon, both servers at Famous Dave's during the robbery in May 2021.
Oftentimes a jury will come out and send a note out saying that they're deadlocked. But even in that situation, the judge will generally send back a hammer instruction telling them essentially, too bad, you have to keep deliberating.
The case now resets, and Melendez Torres remains in custody with no bond. He's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, first-degree robbery, and armed criminal action.
It's not as though the charge is dismissed or anything like that, so it's just a pending case. My expectation is that the defendant would remain in custody.
The Taney County prosecutor has not yet decided whether they will retry the case, but legal experts say it's likely given the severity of the charges. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you for the update on that tonight, Doreen. Well, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk was in court earlier today. Tyler Robinson is accused of targeting the political activist, speaker, and Turning Point USA co-founder during an event in Utah last September. Robinson wants to disqualify a prosecutor from the case. A deputy county attorney's child was attending that event at Utah Valley University when Kirk was killed. While they say they didn't see the shooting occur, they were in the crowd and witnessed the chaos. And the deputy court attorney on the prosecution team, the defense raising concerns there, citing a conflict of interest. Time now for a check of our forecast here at 9:04. Certainly a chilly one there across the Ozarks. Here's a live look over the skies of Springfield. It is cloudy and one you want to bundle up for. We saw some snow out there today. We're going to check in with Matt now in the Forecast Center. Matt, not a whole lot to cause problems, but enough to remind us it's definitely January out there.
Yeah, the colder temperatures are doing that, and seeing the snowflakes kind of remind us, hey, this is what's supposed to happen this time of the year. And we're still seeing snow at this time. Not in Springfield. It's very sporadic, spread across the Ozarks, where a band of snow went really across Highway 54 earlier today. That has moved out. Now another band starting to form over into northern Arkansas, as we'll have more chances of snow throughout tonight. I think it's going to be pretty similar to what we saw earlier this morning. Going to be hard for this to stick, hard for this to really accumulate. Not expecting too much in the terms of totals, but chances to see some more snowfall for tonight. 37 degrees in Springfield. Look at this. 32 over to the north. So areas further off to the north are quickly cooling down. Springfield will start to cool down as well. That'll provide us a better chance to see some snowflakes for tonight. It will get as cold as 19 out, and it's going to be a brutal day for tomorrow. Look at this. Top number is your temperature, bottom number is your feels like forecast. It is only going to climb into the 20s, feeling roughly like 10, maybe 15 degrees at best outside. A cold one for Saturday. It does get better for Sunday. We'll talk about that improvement later on.
Well, not yet, but soon. That's the official word from Target when it comes to announcing the opening date for its newest store here in Springfield. Now, shoppers anticipate the debut of the new store on West Sunshine and West Bypass. They're seeing a lot of hints, but the wait won't be much longer. This week, as you can see right there, crews completed the installation of outside signage with that iconic bullseye logo. We reached out to a Target spokesperson for details on when the store will open to the public. She told us they don't have a date to share just yet, but they will have more to share very soon. The new Target will be the anchor of the new Sunshine Town Center. Other businesses have opened in that complex in recent months, and even more retail space is under construction right now. Attendance for that new space have not been announced yet, but we'll keep you posted when we learn more about that. And we have more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on our social media pages, where we have fun videos, interactive stories, and plenty of other need-to-know news for you. You can find us on X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget to download our apps and check out our website, ozarksfirst.com.
The quicker the action happens, the more lives can be saved.
Still ahead here tonight, the protests in Iran are dying down as the regime ramps up its crackdown. President Trump says he's still considering military action. And AI development is eating up a lot of electricity nationwide. And now President Trump says big tech needs to start paying up. How a new plan is expected to lower your electric bill. When your News at 9 returns.
An Arctic air mass is going to be marching in tonight. Downright chilly for Saturday. Sunday's getting off to a rough start as well. May get as cold as single-digit lows. Full forecast coming up later on.
This is Ozarks First News at 9 with Mike Landis, meteorologist Matt Hefner, and sports with Dan Lucy. The Ozarks First Sports Report is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
In sports, we often wish we could have a do-over. You know, a second chance.
Got that right.
1986, Game 6.
Really?
Still wish you had a second chance at that tough loss back in 75?
Look now, John Howe.
Wish you had another chance at winning it all, Barry.
Come on. We're still talking about this?
You can't get a second chance with any of that. But with BetMGM, you can. Lock in the second chance offer for football all season long. BetMGM Sportsbook. Make it legendary.
Watch what happens in here when you file with TaxSlayer for just $22.99. Credits, tax breaks, deductions, and another happy American gets their maximum refund with 100% accuracy. U.S.-based real human support. File by February 8th for $22.99. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
Once upon a time, there was a big house that had a little leak in the crawl space. A man from a national company told the lady her house was in danger of falling down. He pressured her and said the house should be condemned and it would cost a lot of money. Luckily, the lady called the Smells Brothers. They came and gave her an honest estimate and the problem was fixed.
If you've been thinking your house may be sinking, get a Smouse under your house.
Are you dealing with vaginal odor? It's time to give your vagina the support it needs. This is Urovaginal Probiotic from O Positive Health. Uro has a premium V-positive probiotic blend with XOS prebiotics to enhance effectiveness, so you can crowd out odor-causing bacteria, balance vaginal pH and yeast levels, and enjoy greater vaginal comfort. Get Uro for 20% off right now at geturo.com.
Make T's Redneck Steakhouse your favorite new place to eat. Half-pound burgers, juicy steaks, fried chicken sandwiches, delicious salads, plus save you a bundle, family bundles. There's always something cooking at T's Redneck Steakhouse in Lebanon.
It's the marvelous.
You always carry that much cash? Do you think there's just boobs in this bra?
The Mawsome.
Yes! I think I'm gonna wet myself.
Meemaw.
My Meemaw would say, aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon.
Weeknights at 6 on Ozark's First, Z27. Watch the Rabbit Hole Report, Thursdays at 6:30.
President Trump says he could be putting tariffs on countries that oppose his plan to take over Greenland. President Trump continues to urge that territory and say it's crucial for U.S. national defense and will be key in his planned Golden Dome missile defense system. That tariff threat also comes as a group of lawmakers traveled to Denmark to try to de-escalate that situation.
We spoke with clarity about the importance that the people of Greenland make their decisions about their future.
Greenland needs to be viewed as our ally, not as an asset.
The Danish and Greenlandic leaders say they are not willing to give up the territory, but are willing to help bolster security on the island. Trump administration officials are also watching developments very closely in Iran after the regime promised to stop executing protesters there. But President Trump still is not ruling out using military force. The protests that had rocked the country for more than a week now largely tapering off as security forces arrest thousands of people. And now resistance leaders are calling on the president to take military action to show the protesters that America is on their side.
I believe the president is a man of his word. But as I said before, regardless of whether action is taken or not, we as Iranians have no choice to carry on the fight.
And the Israeli military now says it's prepared for both offensive and defensive operations if the U.S. decides to strike Iran. Heading to break here at 9:12, a live look over US 65 there just north of Ozark. Folks out there traveling on this very chilly evening. Thankfully, those snow flurries we saw earlier, long gone, but hey, it still feels like the middle of winter out there. Matt's going to let us know how chilly it's about to get for your weekend right after this.
Join the fun with Jeremy Ray, only on Unscripted.
Looking for your next go-to spot? Try Ozark Mountain Pizza. The huge, diverse menu means there's something for everyone, from sandwiches to salads to specialty pizzas, and all made fresh to order. Locally owned and operated, Ozark Mountain Pizza, you won't leave hungry.
One big primetime live event.
News Nation Tuesday. President Donald J. Trump at 8. Cuomo, O'Reilly, Smith. In a special edition, Chris breaks down a year of Trump. Then, Katie Pavlich joins Leland Vittert, all leading up to her primetime exclusive interview with the president at 10 Eastern. The interview you'll only see on News Nation. A Night of Trump, a primetime exclusive. This Tuesday, 10/9 Central, only on News Nation. News for all Americans. New customers in Missouri bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
You can win a Roku Streaming Stick 4K device. Just scan the QR code on the screen and enter to win.
Coolest thing ever. You're hearing this first on Ozarks First.
Join us in celebrating the launch of our new CTV app, where 2 lucky winners will be announced every Friday on Ozarks First Unscripted, starting January 16th till February 13th. Download our CTV app today on your streaming device to see original content, breaking news, local stories, and more. When your alarm goes off, get going with Daybreak. The first thing you need, first thing in the morning. Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Looking for your next go-to spot? Try Ozark Mountain Pizza. The huge, diverse menu means there's something for everyone, from sandwiches to salads to specialty pizzas, and all made fresh to order. Locally owned and operated, Ozark Mountain Pizza, you won't leave hungry.
Take a look at this traffic camera. It's in El Dorado Springs. You can see just a little bit of snow on the ground. Look at those tire marks that are starting to form. Not a whole lot of, oh, the camera's of course bugging out on me. Let's go back to kind of the tower camera. Not a whole lot of snow right now, but we're trying to push in another round of it. We're seeing some flurries. Some places are getting as much as a light dusting that's moving in, and it's going to be pretty similar to what we saw earlier today, where you saw some snowflakes come down. Most of it really struggled to stick on the ground. I think even in Springfield, we'll have some chance of some more flurries once we get past a couple hours from now, and more moisture is going to start to move in, but it's quiet in Springfield. Temperature is getting closer to 32. We're having that cold front push in and really drastically cooling us off. Winds are fast out of the north, 18 miles per hour. Temperatures, that feels like forecast, is in the 20s right now. That's how it looks on radar. We had some light showers for areas north of I-44 earlier today. That has now transitioned to snow. This kind of larger band that was further off into the north has pushed out of our area. There's a lot going on radar here, so we'll kind of break it down chunk by chunk. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Here is where that snowfall was heavier today, and nothing's going to be too heavy as we're aiming for snow showers, flurries, and a dusting. That is really starting to wrap up on the northeast corner of our viewing area. Rolla may get some more flurries right now, but the bulk of that is starting to push out. Here is some more light flurries and dusting that's happening just to the south of Highway 54 over in El Dorado Springs near Stockton. Expecting this to pick up in intensity in this area, and this is what will eventually spill into Springfield if it manages to stay together over the next couple hours, and pretty good snowfall happening over into northern Arkansas. Flurries to a light dusting. I'm not expecting major impacts for what we can expect for tonight. It's really only tonight is going to be our chance to see those flakes as kind of the moisture will be wrapping up for Saturday. This is set up. There is a low pressure system off into the Great Lakes. This is spinning and creating those light snow chances our way. It's also bringing a whole lot colder temperatures. This is probably the bigger story. It's not the few snowflakes that you'll see, but the bitter cold that will march in afterwards. Look at this air mass. Temperatures 20 to 30 degrees colder than where they were 24 hours ago. That is what's rushing in on the backside of this front. We haven't cooled down too much yet, but we will get there for Saturday with these temperatures drastically tanking, highs trapped into the 20s. This is how it plays on in future casts, talking about that snow. It's going to march in, and I think here in Springfield we'll have chances of snow for tonight into that midnight hour. Wraps up by the time we get to the start of the day Saturday, and totals aren't going to be too impressive. I think this model behind me is overdoing it. So if you see nearly an inch in Clinton. I don't think we're going to be able to get that high. It's not really calculating that most of the snow is going to melt by the time it hits the ground, but temperatures are going to be getting cold. 19 degrees for tonight in Springfield. High temperature for tomorrow, only 26 degrees. Fast winds out of the north, which means feels like forecast is going to be very ugly. This is how it feels at Saturday at 7 a.m. It's going to feel about 10 degrees outside, and it's not going to warm up too much throughout the day. Maybe it gets as warm as feeling like maybe 15, but it's a cold pattern with very frigid temperatures coming our way. Single-digit lows will be possible Saturday night to start the day off on Sunday. Then we'll warm up some. On Sunday, I think we get above freezing, and the cold reestablishes itself on Monday. Monday's going to be just as brutal as what we're going to get for tomorrow. It's a rough start to the week. It does get to a better finish.
Looks like our hump day next week, 50. That's going to feel pretty nice compared to what we're about to experience in the next couple of days.
Yeah, we're getting closer to kind of how winter should be. We're seeing snowflakes, we're seeing colder temperatures. Those 60, 70-degree days are disappearing.
We had it coming. All right, thanks, Matt. We've launched a brand new streaming app here at Ozarks First, where you can watch our newscast live, plus some new shows hosted by our team here. Here's a clip from today's episode of Vibe O'Clock.
Kind of wanted to continue on with that sleep score thing because we were going to have Tom do it live during. Do it live! Do it live! Do it live! Beep, beep. During the show, yeah. But it's a chronotype, so there were, I think, a few animals. There was a dolphin, a bear, a wolf, and a lion, and they all kind of are depictive of how you sleep and your ideal rise time.
And I am a bear. The most common, I guess, of all these.
Ozzy biopic going to be, it's in the works. They've casted someone. The family is not going to tell you who it is yet. Off the top of your head, do you have any sort of like, oh, this person might be good to play Ozzy?
You can think of one person. This here is a woman named Stacy, my mom, my mother.
Oh my God!
We got a state grape. Yep, the Norton grape. It's been grown in Missouri since the early 1840s. It is said that the Norton grape saved French wines. So he pulled them out of the fire.
You're
Missouri
welcome.
Did. That's right.
We did that.
You're welcome,
Because
France.
in the 1870s, French wineries were battling an insect infestation.
You can download Ozarks First Plus for free on your smart TV, and you can find that on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, as well as Roku. Still ahead here tonight, lawmakers divided as President Trump's call to cap credit card interest rates facing criticism from Capitol Hill. We're breaking down both sides of that debate, as well as the legality of his plan.
You can win a Roku streaming stick 4K device. Just scan the QR code on the screen and enter to win. 2 lucky winners will be announced every Friday on Ozarks First Unscripted, starting January 16th till February 13th. Join us in celebrating the launch of our new CTV app.
The coolest thing ever.
Watch Vibe O'Clock, Tuesdays at 6:30.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks, so girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled, and with a specific marker of inflammation.
If you or someone you love has experienced ironing board rage, it could be a sign of a more serious disorder known as closet clutteritis. Don't worry, we can help. Concepts by Design can redesign and rebuild your closet into a beautiful, functional space in just weeks. While we can't eliminate all ironing board frustrations, we can design and create a beautiful, organized closet for all your favorite things.
Hello and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Report.
Where am I?
And today we're going to talk a little bit about dreams, things that were lost in time.
Very dangerous toys.
The Fermi paradox. Aliens.
Ah, okay. I didn't know where you're going. Now I do.
Do you, Tom, remember the earliest toy craze in your childhood?
It's the wheel.
Well,
Watch the Rabbit Hole Report, Thursdays at 6:30 on KOZL.
Okay, I'm ready for more pie. What do you call this? Goodyear or Pirelli? This, my chunky friend, is Water Wings.
Weeknights on Ozarks First, Z27. Daybreak on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
President Trump's call to cap credit card interest rates is receiving some criticism from some lawmakers on Capitol Hill. Republican lawmakers in particular raising concerns, arguing that a 10% cap on credit card interest rates could lead to unintended consequences. Meanwhile, other officials believe credit card companies are taking advantage of consumers.
No idea that they're paying 30%. No way. We're putting a one-year cap at 10%, and that's it. They know it. They've really abused the public. Credit card companies have totally abused it. I'm not going to let it happen.
You can't do that. If you want to unbank or underbank people, then not allow interest rates to be set based on the risk, and you'll see what will happen.
Well, the White House economic advisor says the Trump administration is reviewing options to enact that policy. Well, an investigation underway after Verizon users faced a massive nationwide outage on Wednesday. It lasted nearly 7 hours before finally being resolved. The company is now offering impacted customers a $20 account credit. It'll show up in your My Verizon app, but the company did not say when that'll happen. You'll also get a text notification when that credit hits your bank. Well, President Trump says he's ramping up his efforts to lower the cost of living, and today's focus is lowering electric bills. Top administration officials are meeting with a bipartisan group of governors, and they're looking for a way to ease energy prices and the hikes that are caused by AI data centers. The talks follow Trump's call for America's biggest grid operators to hold emergency power auctions. It's forced big tech to pay for new plants to provide power to those centers.
Have plenty of money to throw at this, and I think they're all worried about each other's business, probably more than the economy as a whole.
They're becoming their own electricity producer.
Electricity prices were up almost 7% in December, more than twice the overall rate of inflation. Still ahead in our second half hour here tonight, with health care expected to be a major issue for midterm voters, President Trump is trying to bring down costs. How he says the new plan will lower drug prices in particular, as well as insurance premiums. More on that after this.
Ozarks First, voted Best News Series by the Missouri Broadcasters Association.
As the tax slayer calculator, I love numbers. So many. $0, the price when you file with Simply Free. Your maximum refund. That's a beauty. Also, my number one. File for free with Tax Slayer Simply Free. Eligibility requirements apply. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Yahtzee Custom Structures, a trusted barn builder since 2005. We specialize in post-frame buildings and custom-built homes. So if you're looking for a long-lasting and well-designed pole barn, a custom-built home, a hobby shop, or an elegant and durable barn dominium, give us a call. We even do commercial properties. We offer fully staffed crews to ensure customers' projects will be started and finished within a reasonable time frame. And we stock our own quality lumber and supplies, so there are no delays with third-party vendors. Your next building is closer than you think with Yahtzee Custom Structures. Hy-Vee Hot Deals means more savings. This week, Hy-Vee kidney beans only 59 cents. Hy-Vee beef bottom round roast just $4.99 a pound. Kraft cheese 2 for $5. And lean cuisine or Stouffer's entrees $2.50 each. Hot deals are at Hy-Vee.
Cherry Health Center Spinal Decompression is a relaxing, non-invasive treatment for back or neck pain. Spinal decompression offers lasting relief for recurring back pain sufferers and those suffering from chronic conditions. Whether you've always just repeated traditional spinal treatments or told you're facing surgery, decompression can give real relief that lasts. Cherry Health Center is the Ozark Spinal Decompression Authority. Go to cherryhealthcenter.com or give us a call to get relief today.
New customers in Missouri bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win.
What happens when you throw out the script and turn up the fun? From special guests to creative recipes.
That is so good!
And plenty of unexpected moments.
Oh!
Join Maddie Conklin, Tom Turton, and Jeremy Rabe for conversations, creations, and a variety of fun. Watch Unscripted weekday mornings on Ozarks First.
This is about fairness and justice.
On Ozarks First.
And welcome back here to our second half hour. I'm Michael Landis with some of the big stories we're working on for you here tonight at Ozarks First. Foreign policy is dominating Washington politics this week. Opposition leaders of Venezuela and Iran are in D.C. sharing updates on their situations in their countries. Meanwhile, several senators are visiting Denmark as President Trump continues calling for the U.S. to take over Greenland. Lawmakers say the goal of his trip is to hear from people directly. Several lawmakers, meantime, on Capitol Hill are skeptical after President Trump's call to cap credit card interest rates to 10%. The move is President Trump's next step in tackling affordability, saying credit card companies are taking advantage of people. But some Republicans worry the decision could hurt those who rely on revolving credit.
In order for somebody to be either convicted of an offense or even found not guilty of an offense, acquitted, the jury has to be unanimous. It has to be 12-0 either way.
Well, a judge in Taney County declares a mistrial in a Branson double homicide case. This after the jury said it was hopelessly deadlocked. Now, the defendant, Miguel Melendez-Torres, is accused of killing 2 restaurant workers behind this famous Dave's restaurant back in 2021. And tonight, a local attorney is breaking down what a deadlocked jury means and what comes next. Here's Ozarks First Doreen Obaya with that. Doreen?
That's right, Mike. So a judge declared a mistrial on Thursday after jurors said they could not reach a unanimous verdict. A local criminal defense attorney says the law is clear and explains why the judge had no other option.
In order for somebody to be either convicted of an offense or even found not guilty of an offense, acquitted, the jury has to be unanimous. It has to be 12-0 either way. And if they're hopelessly deadlocked, as they determined they were here, then the judge has no choice but to declare a mistrial at that point.
The 4-day trial and the Thursday night after jurors told the court they could not agree on a verdict. Melendez-Torres is accused of shooting and killing Crystal Bull and Richard McMahon, both servers at Famous Dave's during the robbery in May 2021.
Oftentimes a jury will come out and send a note out saying that they're deadlocked. But even in that situation, the judge will generally send back a hammer instruction telling them essentially, too bad, you have to keep deliberating.
The case now resets and Melendez-Torres remains in custody with no bond. He's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, first-degree robbery, and armed criminal action.
It's not as though the charge is dismissed or anything like that, so it's just a pending case. My expectation is that the defendant would remain in custody.
The state must now decide whether to retry the case, a process that can be costly and emotionally difficult for witnesses and families. If the case returns to trial, Woody says the sentencing range depends on which charges a jury believes the state can prove.
With 2 counts of first-degree murder, so that would be if he's convicted of first-degree murder, it would be an automatic life sentence. If he were to be found guilty of second-degree murder, at that point the range of punishment is 10 to 30 years or life.
The Taney County prosecutor has not yet decided whether it will retry the case, but legal experts say it's likely given the severity of the charges. Back to you, Mike.
And time now for a check of our forecast here at 9:32 on this Friday. And Matt, we had a little bit of snow earlier. It was just enough to be pretty. You know, we don't like a whole lot of it to be causing traffic issues for us or to be nasty out there, but just some sprinkles.
If you ask the kids, that was enough to get school canceled. You know,
Right.
they were like,
They
hey, there's snow. We shouldn't be going right now.
They wish, yeah.
We still have some light snow, and that's still continuing throughout tonight. Nothing heavy, nothing intense, nothing impactful. Some sporadic snowfall moving in tonight. I think at most it provides a dusting, but for most people, I don't expect it to stick. It may be on some grassy surfaces, but getting this to stick on the roadways is going to be very hard. Heavier band of snow was really further off into the east along Highway 54. That has pushed out. Decent snowfall right now is into northern Arkansas, but there's more coming. There's snow over in Kansas. This is going to push through really past that midnight hour. We have opportunities to see a little bit of flurries, a little bit of snow showers for tonight, and then we're locked in with cold temperatures. Look at this weekend forecast. It's kind of an ugly one. Saturday, high temperatures will be trapped, 26 degrees, trapped into the 20s. Most of the day, it will feel like somewhere between 5 to 15 degrees outside. Single-digit lows are expected Saturday night. It gets a little bit better on Sunday, but it's only a one-day warm-up as Monday's looking just as brutal and just as cold as what we're going to experience on Saturday. Winter conditions are starting to slowly creep back in. We'll talk about those snow chances, talk about the cold later on in the show, Mike.
All right, we'll see you then, Matt. Well, school district in Van Buren County, Arkansas, north of Little Rock, was closed again today because of a flu outbreak. Shirley school leaders also canceled class yesterday. Now, according to the state's health department, this flu season has seen moderate activity, but the Centers for Disease Control reported back in early January that Arkansas was one of 30 states considered to have very high flu activity.
It was actually very surprising. I've actually never seen school shut down besides for COVID, really. So it was actually very surprising.
Well, that student says at one point there were classes with just one student in attendance. The school district is now doing a deep clean of its campuses. President Trump trying to bring down health care costs. The president's promoting a $50 billion program, and it's aimed at upgrading rural hospitals and increasing their staffing levels. Trump says the funding, which was included in his big, beautiful bill, will benefit people in every state over the next 5 years. And under pressure to address rising costs, the president is also asking Congress to take up his Great Health Care Plan. The framework focuses on lowering drug prices and insurance premiums and sending money directly to Americans for their health savings accounts.
Plan ends the giant kickbacks to insurance brokers and corporate middlemen.
There are bipartisan bills that if the president was interested in lowering the cost of health care, he could work with Democrats on.
President Trump released his Great Health Care Plan on a website called greathealthcare.gov just 9 days after telling House Republicans to take charge of that issue. We have more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on social media, where we have fun videos and interactive stories from your communities. You can find it all on X, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget to download our free news and weather apps and check out ozarksfirst.com. And we want to remind you not to forget to download our new Ozarks First Plus Smart TV app. That's where you'll be able to check out our live newscast and some new shows. Here's a sneak peek from today's episode of The Daily Scroll with Bailey Stroll.
Police crashing into a stolen box truck in Beverly Hills on purpose in order to stop the suspect, and it's all caught on camera. This guy was originally spotted driving a big stolen truck. Why you would steal one of those? I guess he had his reasons. Would love to know what was in the back. And this video just came out. I thought it's a nice move.
Yeah, that's
by a police
pit maneuver.
Yeah, the pit maneuver. I mean, I'd never seen one like that. It worked like a charm.
I was gonna say that one worked out better than some of them do. But I'd just like to highlight, as soon as I saw this story, my first thought was, I was just talking about this. We talked about some police chase, and I was like, we used to watch them in PCR. We'd just see the feed come through from LA. It's always LA.
All the time. It's always LA. And they always got the chopper up there.
All over the place.
You can download Ozarks First Plus for your smart TV for free, getting that on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, as well as Roku. Still ahead, the 2026 Winter Olympics are right around the corner, and athletes are now gearing up for those big games. One athlete in particular is helping others make strides in their own journeys to Italy. After this.
This isn't going to be your typical newscast.
Watch The Daily Scroll with Bailey Stroll, Wednesdays at 6:30.
Cancer isn't just a word. It's a battle my mom and sister fought with everything that they had.
I know that battle too. I lost my wife to cancer. And that's why we're standing together and partnering with Nick Bolton.
To learn more, visit autoinjury.com.
Upgrade your back patio by adding a patio cover and motorized screens that you can open or close with a remote control or your smartphone. Add a ceiling fan and small heater, and you can enjoy your outdoor space all year long. Call Modern Exteriors today for a free consultation and get up to $1,500 off or 12 months interest-free financing.
Modern Exteriors, where quality and price become friends.
Welcome to Quarles Supply in Bolivar and Kubota of Lebanon, where we make it simple to buy a new Kubota. Like the Kubota L2502, the #1 selling tractor in America, known for its affordability and durability. From Kubota skid steer loaders to mowers to utility vehicles, Kubota tractors are known for their affordability and durability. Remember, at Quarles Supply in Bolivar and Kubota of Lebanon, we make it simple to buy a new Kubota.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Trade up to a better future. Trade up to a job you enjoy. Trade up to trade school. At Midwest Technical Institute, you get the skills you need to start a career that moves you up in life. Start your journey today at midwesttech.edu.
Ozarks First, voted first place by the Missouri Broadcasters Association with the best investigative reporting. First in news, first for you.
I hear Aaron Sachs is a proud partner of the Missouri Tigers. Is that true?
We sure are.
I always knew I liked you guys.
Aaron Sachs and Associates, proud to partner with Nick Bolton and proud to partner with the Mizzou Tigers.
And here's a live look for you over the skyline of Milan. 2026 Winter Games kicking off there next month, and athletes from around the world are now getting ready to take to the world stage come February 6th. Now, one Paralympic athlete is making strides on and off the slopes, helping other athletes excel in their sports as well. Angelique Martinez introduces us to Mike Schultz on his journey to Italy.
Paralympic gold medalist Mike Schultz is changing adaptive sports with his company, BioDapt. They design, manufacture, and distribute high-performance lower limb prosthetics for action sports.
I got two passions in my life. One is being a professional athlete, and the other is the creative side of me. I love to design and build things in my workshop.
He used to race snowmobiles, but after an accident in 2008, he had to have his leg amputated above the knee. So he found para-snowboarding, and he couldn't find a prosthetic that could withstand the impact. So he made one.
I'm also helping to progress the whole sport of para-snowboard and many other adaptive sports. And so that, to me, is bigger than any gold medal that I could personally win.
Schultz enters his 11th year on the U.S. Paralympic snowboard team as a 3-time Paralympic medalist with 1 gold and 2 silver medals. 90% of Paralympic snowboarders use Mike's prosthetics.
It's pretty awesome pulling up to the start gate. And the 3 other athletes around me are wearing equipment that I just assembled in my workshop not too long ago. So no matter if I cross the finish line first or last, I mean, I'm still winning.
At 44 years old, he's preparing for his 3rd Paralympics and says the preparation for competing is what keeps him motivated.
And what's kept me in the game for, 21 years as a professional level athlete is I love the process of trying to get better, mentally and physically. And I get to travel the world and do some really fun things.
On the journey to Italy, I'm Angelique Martinez.
Well, we're getting some snow tonight. Nowhere near enough to go snowboarding, but it's a chance to see some more snowflakes. After that, brutal cold. Talking about all of it in just a couple minutes.
Are you dealing with vaginal odor? It's time to give your vagina the support it needs. This is Urovaginal Probiotic from O Positive Health. Uro has a premium V-positive probiotic blend with XOS prebiotics to enhance effectiveness, so you can crowd out odor-causing bacteria, balance vaginal pH and yeast levels, and enjoy greater vaginal comfort. Get Uro for 20% off right now at geturo.com.
America's longest-running mixed martial arts program, returns to Buffalo Run Casino and Resort, live at the Peoria Showplace January 10th. This all-ages event features 9 mixed martial arts fights, including 2 XFL championship fights. Don't miss this epic night of combat sports with Extreme Fight Night at Buffalo Run Casino and Resort in Miami, Oklahoma, exit 313, where the fun never stops.
When temperatures drop, your pipes don't always hold up. A frozen pipe that bursts can flood your home in minutes. That's why U.S. Disaster Restoration is on call 24/7. Fast, local, and ready to stop the damage. We remove the water, dry your home, and prevent mold before it starts. When every second counts, trust the experts who handle your restoration from start to finish. U.S. Disaster Restoration, your first call when you're in need.
At Schuber Mitchell, we're building new construction homes that blend classic masonry exteriors with elevated, luxurious interiors, all at an affordable price. We take pride in our simple, transparent process, which makes buying your dream home easier than ever. Our floor plans range between a cozy 1,200 square foot cottage to a spacious 3,000 square foot home. We can help you find that perfect place where you and your whole family will love coming home.
Right now at Menards, get big buys with bigger savings. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out. Choose from our huge in-stock selection or design your door your way. This bright white 6-panel door is $119.99 after rebate. Finish your kitchen with a new Moen sink. Moen sets the standard for beauty and reliability. This Lux Chef Workstation Sink Kit is $349.99 after rebate. Plus, get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag.
Save big money at Menards.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vibe O'Clock.
Yeah,
Weird
news.
Coolest thing ever.
We are 2 men talking about a handbag.
Out of this world. Testing out driverless police cars. This new.
You know what? You're right. I did it. Let me just get in. I'll put the cuffs on myself. Vibe started weird, ended weird.
And we're going to continue.
Watch Vibe O'Clock, Tuesdays at 6:30 on KOZL.
I was excited today to see some flurries because it has been so long. We had that snow that moved in on December 1st. That was about 1 inch of snow, and then nothing since then. So we got some flurries for today. Nothing really stuck. It melted once it hit the ground. Now we're trying to see another wave of light flurries, light snow showers moving into the area for tonight. I think it's going to be pretty similar where impacts are going to be very minimal to nothing at all. But it's a chance to see some snowflakes. That's the recipe. You got to get colder weather, and then you can have some chances of snow. We're starting to transition into winter-like temperatures. Now we're starting to see some snow chances ramp up. 37 degrees in Springfield. Winds are fast, 18 miles per hour in the north as we're going to be quickly cooling down for tonight. Let's talk about radar because we have some activity on it. It's very sporadic in nature. It's spread out. It's almost, if these were showers, we call them hit or miss or pop-up showers where it's very spread, and we'll kind of chunk it up. Here's this first chunk that's happening over into Rolla, over into Phelps County. This was really going pretty well a few hours ago. This activity is starting to wrap up. It's areas that are getting closer into Springfield, south of Bolivar, getting into Buffalo now, over into Nevada. Light flurries starting to accumulate. I expect into this area, we'll see the intensity and coverage pick up over the next couple hours, and the one place that has been going pretty well is into northern Arkansas with some just light showers for places that are a little bit too warm right now, but it's trying to transition over to flurries as it's getting into colder temperatures. We still have more snow that's in Kansas. This will move in for tonight. Same situation. It's going to be very difficult for a lot of this to stick to the ground, but it's a chance to see some more snowflakes. That second band of snow that's over in Kansas is going to be a little bit more consistent, move in past that midnight hour, and all of it should be fully wrapped up by the time you're waking up on Saturday morning. And then Saturday, skies will start to clear out a bit. We'll just be stuck with some pretty cold temperatures. Look at this transition. The cold front that's coming in is also returning these snow chances, but once we get past the snow for tonight, we are locked with some bitter cold temperatures. This is the purple blob of doom you never want to see. Anytime you see this purple or this kind of lighter purple, these are temperatures 20 to 30 degrees colder than where they were 24 hours ago. That's what's marching in for tonight. You will feel it for tomorrow. High temperature for Saturday, 26 degrees. I think if you're watching from northern Arkansas, maybe you can get above the freezing mark, but most people will be trapped into the 20s. Winds will be very fast. Northwest winds, 10 to 20 miles per hour. You factor in the winds, you factor in the temperatures around 26 degrees, it's going to feel roughly like 10 degrees outside. We will start to kind of push out that cold air mass on Saturday, get back to average on Sunday, and then we get slammed with another round of cold on Monday. And I think Monday is going to be just as cold as what we're going to experience on Saturday. Not a whole lot of improvement, and this is a sign of what's going to happen for the rest of January and into February. Bursts of cold are going to be more common. Every once in a while, we can get a break from that, but I think getting our 60-degree weather days have really started to wrap up. Those are going to be far more unusual. Your 7-day forecast, cold for Saturday. Some recovery comes in on Sunday, but look at the temperature for Sunday morning. Could be in the single digits. Another round of cold blast in on Monday. Then we'll get closer to seasonal average for the rest of the work week, Dan.
Coming up in sports, buying into the youth movement.
To not have those guys is one thing, but we're kind of got to move past it.
Baseball was in the air at today's Cardinals Caravan. That's next.
The Ozarks First Sports Report is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
In the playoffs, you need to find that extra gear. The betting is live, and the mode is electric. Playoff mode, only on FanDuel. New customers in Missouri bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win.
When you live here in the Ozarks, you learn real quick that doing it right the first time isn't just a slogan, it's survival. Around here, when things back up, flood, or break down, you call the pros who know how to fix it for good. At the Plumber's Plumber, we're the team other plumbers call when they hit a wall. From lake homes to city shops, we handle the work that has to get done, and we do it right every time. We don't just clear drains, we build trust one call at a time. Trusted by homeowners, chosen by plumbers. Call the Plumber's Plumber today. The name says it all.
It's the sound of a dream come true. It's the sound of America's favorite musical. It's Meredith Willson's Tony Award-winning classic, The Music Man. In the show that Newsweek calls a masterpiece, Meredith Willson's The Music Man. Nothing sounds better.
January 12th and 14th at Hammond's Hall. Visit hammondshall.com now.
This holiday season, keep your family connected and your budget merry and bright. Switch to Mediacom and unwrap a 5G phone on us. With Mediacom Internet and mobile, you're totally connected. Stream holiday favorites, share memories, and catch every happy holiday call. Add 2 unlimited mobile lines for only $30 a month. That's 2 lines for the price of 1 for a whole year. Plus, save an extra $15 a month on your internet plan. Call 844-EXTREME2 now.
She never accepts disrespect.
Stop your nonsense, or we will be escorting you out.
Justice for the People with Judge Millian.
On Ozarks First, Z27.
I'm Bailey Stroll, and this isn't going to be your typical newscast. SpongeBob's over, Fat Bear Week. This is just one of the craziest stories that's ever happened in Springfield. You're hearing this first on Ozarks First. Oh, look at that little baby.
Heard rumors of these things. Okay, you never have any fun on TV.
2 police officers in Westminster, California, running into a home fully engulfed in flames. Can't even make this up. It's still a good story either way.
Watch the Daily Scroll with Bailey Stroll, Wednesdays at 6:30 on KOZL. The Ozarks First Sports Report is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks.
It's semifinal Friday at the 41st Annual Bass Pro Shops Tournament of Champions. Some of the best high school basketball teams in the country are on display at the TFC. Ozarks First, Chris Pinson standing by live at Great Southern Bank Arena. And Chris, a couple of local teams looking for redemption tonight.
And Dan, without question, Logan Rogersville put on the performance of the night and a narrow loss to #1 team ranked in the country, Paul VI. However, the biggest question entering Friday, could they bounce back and put up the same energy and the same effort in a consolation game? Well, Chase Branham and Sutton Shook didn't make us wait long to find out the answer against the Wheeler Wildcats out of Georgia. The duo combined to score 38 points last night and picked up right where they left off, as Branham and Shook knocked down 5 3-pointers in the first half, as the hometown Wildcats shot a staggering 63% from the field to lead 36-24 at the break. And their hot hand carried right over into the second half. They used a 6-0 run at the start of the third quarter to go up by as many as 16. Now, Branham, he outdid his game-high 21 last night with a game-high 32 today, as he led Rogersville to a 66-64 victory and a trip to the Consolation Championship game tomorrow at 4 p.m.
We learned a lot from yesterday and kind of poured it in today. Main thing, taking care of the ball towards the end. Wasn't the cleanest, but I mean, we got the job done, so it does feel great.
As for Paul VI, the team with the biggest target on their backs, they scored off with Bartlett out of Tennessee in the first semifinal of the evening, and the Panthers of Chantilly, Virginia, went off from downtown. Paul VI making 6 3-pointers in the first quarter, Brian Mitchell Jr. there, and then Lawrence Brown, each making a pair. They led 23-17. Now give credit to Bartlett. Dylan Jones and company not backing down. A nasty one-handed posterizing dunk there. But as expected, Paul VI kept knocking down threes, held on the lead at halftime, 38-30. All right, so here's the deal. With Logan Rogersville winning, they are officially into the Consolation Championship game, and they are going to face one of the better teams that we all know from California. That's St. John Bosco, who ended up defeating Kickapoo in the game after that. As of right now, it is a 0-0 scoreless game as we're waiting the last game of the night. Hey, live from the TOC, Chris Pinson, Ozarks First.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Again, Paul VI advancing to the championship game, 74-51 over Bartlett. Earlier tonight, Kickapoo gave St. John Bosco a run, but the Braves would win this one 57-48. The late game, as you saw, Chris, just there, Principia out of St. Louis against Calvary Christian. That championship with Paul VI and the winner of this one tonight will be tomorrow night at 8:30. Despite the morning snow flurries, there was a touch of spring in the air today. That's because the St. Louis Cardinals caravan swung through Springfield. A handful of big league birds met the fans of all ages at Hammons Field. In our Cardinal Nation update, Victor Scott, Kyle Leahy, and Jose Fermin were joined by minor leaguer Leonardo Bernal on the caravan. Hundreds of fans packed into the indoor facility to hear about the big league Cardinals in 2026. The team is in the midst of a roster reset. New president Chaim Bloom trading away Sonny Gray, Wilson Contreras, and Nolan Arenado. But Victor Scott says it's part of the game.
When you think about the big leagues, you always think about that 1 or 2 guys that you always look up to say, like, okay, like this is the guy who I looked up to as a kid, and he's in our locker room, so I can ask him questions. But I mean, it's kind of like the culture that we're going to create as a young group to be able to do that for players that are coming up. But I mean, to not have those guys is one thing, but we're kind of got to move past it and say, like, okay, this is what we got now and how we grow from it.
It's the attitude you have to have in the clubhouse. 1 month from today, the first full squad workout for the Cardinals in Jupiter, Florida. So spring is pretty close.
Yeah, so as cold as it feels, we know that that's a sign right there. We'll get through it.
That's
so
right.
Always do. All right, thanks, Dan. And speaking of that cold, Matt, we've been waiting for it to get cold and enjoying it not being cold, but we knew our time was coming, that's for sure.
Yeah, that Saturday is just brutal. 26 for a high, 7 for the low. Sunday's a little bit better, but I mean, both days this weekend, you're going to be feeling the cold. It gets better. We'll get back to average on the back half of that 7-day forecast, but you're going to feel winter for the next couple days.
So make a pot of chili and watch NFL playoff football.
Don't get out of the house.
That's right.
Yeah. Crank that heat way up. You're going to definitely need as much as you can get. Thanks for joining us here for your news on this Friday. We'll see you back here after the weekend. Have a great one, folks.
That was better than a great touchdown. 5 great touchdowns.
Jamal Charles was cooking that game. He's a smaller guy, too. I see a lot of myself in him.
Kev, you have a 0% chance of scoring an NFL touchdown.
Are you kidding me right now? Worst case scenario, I would allow my team to grab me, launch me over the line. Like a shot put. It'll hurt a little bit, but it'll be a touchdown.
Different version of the tush push is be the throw push.
Yeah, Kev's down. Touchdown. Do it, coach.
New customers bet $5 on the playoffs and get $300 if your bet wins. Paid in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
This wreck isn't real. This woman is an actor and she came out of this without a scratch. But in the real world, there are real wrecks with real consequences. And if you've been injured, we can help. Call Aaron Sachs and Associates. The call is free.
I'm Aaron with Springfield Nissan Kia. Did you know Springfield has 2 Ronald McDonald houses to support families of seriously ill children?
That's right, Aaron. Springfield's Ronald McDonald House was built on the simple idea that nothing else should matter when a family's focused on the health of their child.
The Ronald McDonald House believes that when a child is hospitalized, the love and support of family can be the strongest medicine.
Lifting lives through kindness in action. Brought to you by The Social Connection.
When you need it built strong and built right too, call Fair and True. We're the team for you. From dream to design, from start to the end, we build it with care like we would for a friend. Honest through and through. Homes, officer, they're that brand new deck. We show up on time and we earn your respect. Craftsmanship solid in price, and that's fair with Fair and True Construction. We're already there.
Will beings from another world come to Earth?
Turn left at Alpha Centauri. You can't miss it.
Watch for signs of hyperintelligence.
How long is a galactic year?
250 million years.
A love for rocketry.
I remember them going up higher.
And the capability to destroy humanity. Or could aliens live among us already? You decide on the Big Bang Theory.
Weeknights on Ozarks First, Z27.
How could you let a woman in your house like this?
I could put up with a lot of crazy.
What do you believe you owe?
Love.
Love.
That's it.
You love my cooking. You love laying next to me.
Hold on, this sounding good. What now?
Weekdays on Ozarks First, KOZL. Jesse Inman on Ozarks First. First in news. First for you.